So this year I added these pumpkin string lights to my eave. It goes back about 3.5, 4 feet. But as a result, if I left it like this, I'd have like 5 pumpkin lights that I'm wasting. Well, I'd prefer to use those 5 pumpkin lights elsewhere on the roof. So I'm going to add a splice right behind this pumpkin up here, down below the eave, about 4 feet of wire. And since this is actually a 3 wire strand, I'm going to have to make sure I have 3 wires. So I'm going to go here, find the pumpkin I want. I remove that pumpkin so I can identify it by a naked light right there. And I'm going to untwist the wire a little bit, and I'm going to mark it about 2.5, 3 inches with paint with orange, white, and green. So once I cut this, I'll be able to identify which wire goes to which, because if you don't know, the lights aren't going to work. So once I paint all of these with enough paint, once again, about 2, 3 inches, so that way you can cut it and you don't have to repaint it. You just paint it once, cut once, you're good. So go ahead and cut that now. And now we can easily see which is orange, white, and green. Now I'm going to take one of these wires here. This is going to be the 3rd wire, because I'm using basically a heavy gauge speaker wire. A pair of speaker wires, that is a 2. So I'm going to strip this one. So now I have 3, right? So a black and red speaker wire and then a silver wire. I'm also painting these 3 wires with orange, white, and green as well. So I know which one goes to which for the splice that I just cut. Now, when you do this, just for me personally, I have a little bit of color blindness, so it was hard for me to distinguish between white and green, which was kind of a little tricky. But regardless, I'm using these really cool connectors that are heat locking connectors. So once again, orange to orange, white to white, green to green. I'm going through each one of them, and I crimp them first to hold each end together. And then once they're crimped, I hit them with the heat gun. And, these have like a hot glue inside of them. And also the center point where it solders melts. So it makes a really good connection for these. These should have a nice strong connection. They shouldn't pull apart too easily. And once I did that, I'm just checking them to make sure they worked. And yay, look at that. Everything works. I connected all 6 together properly. And now I put a heat wrap sleeve on there, which I'm going to melt on both ends. And that'll also just kind of protect it a little more and make it a little stronger. And once I'm done, let's make sure it works. And look at that. They work. And then for the 4 feet of wire that I have here, I'm adding some electrical tape just to keep it all bundled together so that it doesn't get caught up and unravel. I didn't feel like doing all 4 feet with electrical tape. It's a little too much. So I just did 4 of them just to kind of keep it tight enough. And I think that should work. If it doesn't, I'll add some more later. All right, so there it is. There's the new wire that goes along through here. And now I can tuck right under this. And now I don't lose any of the actual string lights. Yay. Easy peasy.